Hey, yes, respected audience, I'm going to introduce my Dyness company. Dyness is a pioneering energy storage solution provider for residential, commercial, and industrial applications. Company established in 2017, Dyness is a leader in a battery system integration, research and development, and manufacturing. Our factory is located in Taizhou and Suzhou, China. We have more than 600 employees and a research development team of 150 plus engineers, skilled engineers, and more than 120 patents in software copyright, which reflecting our commitment to innovation and excellence. The second slide is about the business key figures. In these slides you can see the we have successfully provided energy solutions to over 500,000 families worldwide, emphasizing its broad customer base and the widespread adoption of its products. And you can see the company operates 3 domestic branches, likely within China, to manage and overseas operations in its home market. Dyness has expanded its global presence with 6 overseas branches, highlighting its commitment to serving international markets. Dyness has established a footprint in over 100 plus locations globally, indicating its extensive reach and influence in the energy sector. The company is recognized as one of the top 8 suppliers in the global home energy market, showcasing its strong position among industry leaders. Dyness has a substantial production capacity of 3 gigawatt hours, underscoring its ability to meet large-scale demand for its products. And then the last one, the Dyness has earned prestigious accolades, including being named 2023 China's Invisible Unicorn and the one of the top 5 batteries of 2023 manufacturing solutions provider, reflecting its innovation and excellence in the industry. This slide basically effectively communicates Dyness's significant achievements and its established position in the global market. The next slide is about our company milestones. Here is a detailed description of the milestones listed in this slide. Dyness, as I already shared, Dyness founded. The company was officially established in 2017. The first version of BMS battery management system was successfully listed, marking the beginning of their product offerings. In 2018, Dyness expanded by building a large-scale research and development and manufacturing center. Residential energy storage system passed the TUV certifications, ensuring high-quality standards. Dyness successfully introduced its residential ESS energy storage system products to the global markets in 2018. In 2019, the next version of their BMS was launched, showcasing improvements and advancements. And the second one, we also established a new branch in Australia, extending their market presence. And also, residential products received certification from the Australian Clean Energy Council, CEC, enabling sales in Australia. And in same year, in 2019, we launched of low voltage ESS B4850 series and B3. These low voltage energy storage systems were introduced, adding to their product lineup. And high voltage ESS tower series also launched in 2019, and expansion into the Europe. And we also, residential ESS systems were successfully launched in Spain, Italy, and Denmark. In 2020, Dyness continued its global expansion by establishing branches in South Africa and Brazil. And we also launched low voltage ESS A48100 model name launches. This low voltage energy storage system model was successfully introduced to the market in 2020. In Italian certification CEI/0/21, their residential ESS obtained the Italian certification, allowing them to operate in Italy. And in the same year 2020, commercial ESS PowerRack HV4, we also a new commercial high voltage ESS product was launched in 2020. In 2021, fourth generation BMS, the company introduced its fourth generation battery management system. And we also launched a new branch, established a new branch in the Netherlands, further strengthening their presence in Europe. And in same year, we also launched the product low voltage ESS Power Box Pro and Powerdepot HS launched. And the PowerRack HV4 was also successfully installed in Russia, marking their entry into the Russian market. And the same year in 2021, the residential ESS systems gained traction in these countries. The ESS systems received the Japanese JET certification, meeting standards for the Japanese market in 2021. If we talk about that, in 2022, a new manufacturing center with a capacity of the 3 gigawatt hours was built to support our European operations. And we also Dyness established a branch in the United States, expanding their footprint in North America. And we also launched LVESS DL 3.6, launched in 2022. In 2023, we Dyness established its global headquarters in Suzhou, China, and just several new products including the DL 5.0, Tower Pro, Portable, Junior Box, and Orion. A lot of products were successfully launched in 2023. Dyness became recognized as leading brand in PV storage solution in South Africa in 2023. In 2024, the residential ESS success in South Africa and Southeast market. Residential ESS, you can say, products gained significant popularity in the South African and Southeast Asian markets. And we also, started our entered in finally in the Pakistani market in also in 2024. Now the next slide is about the product ranges. Our products covering the most scenarios of ESS. For battery module, we have energy capacity from 3 kilowatt hour to 5 kilowatt hour products, and battery system is up to 10 kilowatt hour. In C&I, commercial and industrial, we have integrated systems, low voltage and high voltage racks. For outdoor, we have all-in-one machines which customized by client need. So let's focus on the Pakistani market. Basically, the product BX51100 is also the most popular in the market right now, and the product is available in the Pakistan right now. So 1C, you can say the specification 1C rate with, and we are giving 5 years warranty, and also we provide the optional of app monitoring by Wi-Fi for customers. So for C&I or residential products, there are many technicalities, details need to be focused. So our pre-sales engineers and after-sales services, Mr. Burton, Mr. Askar, manager, will explain about these products after my presentations. So the next slide is about the compatibility of Dyness batteries. Then these are the inverters, names, details. Dyness batteries basically are compatible with over 50 plus well-known inverter brands globally. This broad compatibility ensures that our batteries can integrate with a wide range of existing systems, providing flexibility and reliability for various energy storage needs. So we don't need to worry about that, the compatibility. The next one is about our product. You can see the certifications we have achieved that. Our product, developed through independent research and development, has achieved superior quality and is certified by various reputable markets. This slide is very important. In this slide, we are sharing the supporting customers one by one. I will explain. The first one is strong product capability. Dyness excels in the battery industry through its strong product capability, characterized by high quality and innovative products. And we also have a strong, deep industry knowledge, and its first class team is skilled and experienced. This is the main part, and we driving its excellence and innovations. We have first class team. Additionally, the company ensures complete product certification following to safety, performance, and environmental standards. The second one is about strong supply chain. You can say, so basically strategies choice in product development and sourcing to optimize quality and cost, and you can say effective oversight and coordination of production and supplier relationships to ensure reliability and performance. Together, these elements reflect a well managed supply chain that supports high quality production and efficient operations. If we talk about strong technical support, Dyness offers comprehensive technical support as a one-stop solution provider for battery energy storage systems. This includes strong pre-sale support to assist with planning and decision making, and Mr. Oscar will share with you people, as well as after sales support, and Mr. Burton will share with you about that to address any issues and ensures ongoing satisfaction with their products. Then strong branding and after sales, this is very important part. The statement emphasized that the company leverages effective branding strategies to enhance the recognition and perception among both consumer and business and audiences. Additionally, it highlights a strong after sales service that improves the management and ensuring strong customer satisfaction and control over service quality. To talk about the strong channeling and marketing, the point is about strategic approach to channeling and marketing that involves like collaborative efforts in building and optimizing distribution channels, strong partnerships to enhance market reach and effectiveness. Overall, this approach aims to broaden market presence and strengthen distribution through targeted cooperative strategies. Last one is strong team background and ability. The company's top staff members have over a decade of experience in the industry, covering that entire project life cycle from start to finish. They possess platform-based research and development capabilities, ensuring the company's ability to deliver innovative and high-quality solutions. The next slide is about our professional R&D team for attractive and reliable products and solutions. You can see the first one is Dr. Liu is our CEO of Dyness. He's also head of research and development. The second one is Dr. Zheng, head of battery system product line. Dr. Liu, head of battery system product line. Dr. Lee, head of C&I commercial industrial ESS product line. Head of PV energy storage product line, Dr. Zhu. Dr. AI, head of R&D Sport Center. So you can see these are the team members. Their main goal is to combine technical expertise with creativity to deliver high quality and appealing offerings that meet customer needs. This is the main thing. You can see our powerful brand exposure globally, because to achieve powerful global brand exposure, we participate in major industry exhibitions regarding energy and solar across key markets such as the USA, Germany, the UK, Brazil, Shanghai, and the Netherlands, etc. These events offer a prime opportunity to showcase our brand to diverse global audience and gain valuable insights into market trends. And if you can see the second one is offline promotion in key areas. We also do offline promotions such as road shows, technical trainings, events and seminars. These activities allow for direct interaction with potential clients and partners, providing a hands-on experience with our products and services. By integrating these approaches, international exhibitions, online and offline promotion, you can say, we create a comprehensive brand experience strategy that maximizes visibility, foster global and connections, and drives long-term growth. You can see online vertical channel promotions. So for online promotion, we promote our brand through online channels like magazines, newspapers, and digital media channels like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Ads, and Instagram. This strategy not only increase our brand's reach but also targets a wider audience. And you can see the offline promotion in key areas. You can see we also do promotion like billboard marketing, and some you can see the it's a Johannesburg airport, Cape Town airport. So we are doing billboard marketing, and you can see the Dyness is a top number one brand in South Africa, Philippines, and we are top seven globally. So we are very confident about the marketing. The sec the next about it's these are these slides basically about our financial investors. Dyness basically is a company that has gained recognition and support from major global investors. It emphasizes their commitment to independent brand development by continually enhancing their research, development, and production capability. Basically, this slide highlights the importance of strong and deep-rooted international partnership for Dyness. Listed are, you can say, there are many brands listed are several key partners, including financial and strategic investors like you can see Lion City Capital, Kungaus Capital, and Alcatran, and CICC Capital. You can see the name of that, and very well the brand as well as globally recognized brands such as Louis Vuitton. These partnerships suggest that Dyness is well positioned to leverage both financial resources and strategic collaborations to grow its brand on a global scale. So we don't need to worry about the marketing and overseas channel corporations. This it's about installation cases and contact info. You can see in Philippines we have installed in school 24 units of Dyness battery PX5110. It's parallel. You can see the pics of the second one is about in I think in Yemen. It's 12 units of Dyness BX5110, a total 60 kilowatt system for showroom. This picture is from Netherlands. It's 95 units of Dyness HV5110, a total 500 kilowatt hour to provide 24 hours in country power supply to logistic transit company. A lot of pics you can see the global installation cases. It's a C&I product line in the I think it's a Europe. And you can see our social media presence. We are in Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube also. Thank you so much. And now I would like to introduce you to Mr. Oscar, the sales technical manager, who will guide you through the technical aspects of our products, ensuring understand how they can be integrated seamlessly into your operations. Over to you, Mr. Oscar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hafiz. So now I will share the screen for you. And
thank you so much. Thank you.
Can you see here the whole presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the amazing presentation on business side from Mr. Hafiz. I'm pre-sale manager Oscar from Dyness. So here I will follow up with the pre-sale technical part about installation and some technical study on the products and roadmap. So because Mr. Hafiz already introduced the company side, I will go for the technical side. So as a world-famous brand, we have a very complete product family for a wide range from kilowatt hours to megawatt hours. So from low voltage to high voltage, and from home storage solution to commercial solution, we can offer the proper solution for every scenario. So Dyness company name is divided into two parts. So the first part, DYN, means discover your nature. And the second part, ESS, of course, means energy storage system. So as is mentioned, we are founded in 2017, and also we are a new player for ESS market, but we have two R&D centers in domestic China and 2 production lines in domestic China. And now we have over 150 R&D engineers to quickly respond to the customer needs. And in the past 2 years, we made a lot of great progress in many other countries, such as the top brand in Brazil and in South Africa and in Czech Republic. We spread our footprints in all around the world. By this way, we reach the top battery solution provider in China. So this is a very rare achievement. So for many of the high technical required countries, we have gained a full range of certificates to achieve the needs of our customer. For example, the UN, the IEC, CEC, and also UL, TUV from Rhine. So here we can check the overall preview of our production lines. So here we divide into residential and the CNI parts. I will pick up some of the necessary products to introduce. So starting from the residential side, we have 1.2, 2.4, and 5.12 kilowatt-hour batteries. And also we have a stackable high voltage battery from 7 kilowatt-hour to 21 kilowatt-hour clusters. And as for CNI, we have CNI solution for rack-mounted battery modules and also all-in-one cabinets, which contains the megawatt-hour level projects. So we go for the residential side. Here is the BX51100. So this one is a 51.2 volt with 100 ampere hour battery cell in 0.5 to 1C with a grade A cell in over 6,000 cycles and up to 30 pieces in parallel connections. So it is about 150 kilowatt hour. We can check the interface of this battery. I suppose it is quite clean and clear for you, with a pair of positive negative sockets, and also with the power switch, and also with the ground shell connection. Down there you can see the DIP switch, and also the switch button indicators of SOC, and also the communication ports, CAN in, CAN out, to connect to the inverter or to the other batteries. And also here is the dry contact. The power switch and the sleep mode switch here I wanted to mention. Sorry. So our battery communicates in master and slave parallel mode. That means that the battery connected to the inverter is the master battery, and other battery connected to the master battery is the slave one. It is controlled by the master BMS. So if there is any questions, you're welcome to reach out. So as for the paralleling usage, here's the topological map. After paralleling the batteries, you have to connect the power cable and the DC breaker between batteries and inverters. As I mentioned, our battery works in master-slave mode. The whole storage system is controlled by master BMS. The first unit directly connects with the inverters will be the master battery. So this one is which one we should connect the communication cable with the inverter. And the other batteries are slave batteries. Their work status will be controlled by master BMS. When you want to turn on the battery, you have to switch on. You have to switch on all the. Here we can see you have to switch on all the breakers on the battery. And the next step, you have to hold the switch button of the master battery for 3 seconds. And attention here, only the master batteries. Then you can turn on the breaker between them and the inverters. So this is a very brief steps for Dyness BX51 and 100 battery installation and using. And also now we have a very same kind of 5 kilowatt hour battery named DL5.0C. Their structure, you can see here, are quite the same, but the only difference is that DL5.0C has 1C charge and discharge, and also the parallel up to 50 pieces, which is 256 kilowatt hour. This is the rough idea about the products and its technical study. So if there is any question for you, you're welcome to turn on the microphone and speak.
Hello guys, if you have any questions, yeah, you can raise your hands and you can ask Oscar. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wait 1 minute because the previous context has a lot of information for you. Okay, so we can continue. So this is another kind of 5 kilowatt hour battery of our products family. So this one, Powerdepot H5B, is an outdoor type, also with a 5 kilowatt hour battery with 0.5 C from 5 kilowatt hour to 25.6 kilowatt hour. The sockets are placed on here. We can see this interface. The socket is placed on both sides of the battery shell. On the right is the main interface with power cable and also a can-in, can-out communication ports, SOC and alarm lights, reset button, and also the ground connection on the left side and the ground connection here. And on the left side is the DC breaker, same as the previous one. You can turn on the breaker for the first place, and then hold the switch button for 3 seconds, and you can activate this battery. So to help you understand this parallel situation, there is a scan of it. After you connect all the battery power cables into the combiner box, and after combining the current to the copper bus bar, these two, inside this combiner box, and you will connect the combiner box with the inverter here. So the power connection is finished. So for the communication part, you connect the can-in port of the master battery with the combiner box together with the inverter battery. Here, the communication port, and its can-out will be connected to any other slave battery. Can-out to slave battery can-in. So for the last slave battery here, when it is over 5 pieces parallel connection, we should put a terminal resistance for a better stability of the system. So you may ask how to know which one is the master battery. So for Dyness products, the one directly connected to the inverter will be the master battery, and the others will be slave ones automatically, and they will be managed by the master BMS, as I mentioned. So this one is our most widely spread.
Hello, Oscar. Hey,
yes,
Oscar.
Please.
Yeah, excuse me. You now have one question. Could you answer?
Please.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in the website, right? What is function of dry contact? Okay, so the dry contact is for some extra function when inverters have smart control, like smart turn on, smart turn off. You can connect an external communication cable from the inverter to the dry contact. So basically, it's for the extra function. Mr. Bao here, he will answer the question here in the chat. Please check.
Okay, for the dry contact, actually, for the low voltage, for the BX51, this dry contact is it's useless, and we leave this connection just for some other control. For example, to the dry contact, there is KS and the bin, these two ports, and when you short connect this KS and the bin, and will turn on the battery. And for the PowerBox Pro, and the 12 volts and the JND the port is used for power on the lamp board.
So it is clear enough. Okay, actually, we will have our Q&A process after this presentation.
Wait a moment. Here, can I share my screen here?
Sure, please.
Yes, just better to share screen. Okay. Okay, here I found this one. Oh, no, this one. Sorry. Here is about dry contact. Can you see my screen? Hello. Can everyone see my screen? Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I can see.
Okay.
I can see your screen.
Okay, actually, this is the BMS, the battery BMS, and for the dry contact, here are so many the connection ports, the JND 12 volts and the JND and the 12 volts and the KS and the bin. When you short connect KS and the bin, and it can turn on the BMS. Okay. Sorry, the video I shot so long time ago. So, like this, when you short connect like this, and it will turn on the BMS. And for the we just made these tools to better to power on and to do the short connect. And because for the PowerBox Pro, there is a lamp board, and when you connect the 12 volts and the GND, it will turn on the power board, the lamp board. Okay, you can continue.
Okay.
How can I?
Don't worry, I will continue this presentation. So actually, after this presentation and after the presentation of our after-sale engineer, we will have a Q&A process. So don't worry about this. If you have any questions, you are welcome to ask now or ask afterwards. So this one is our most widely spread and with the very best long-term financial efficiency products, which inside is a series of 50 ampere hour battery cell on 48 volts. Every battery module has a capacity of 2.4 kilowatt hour, supporting maximum 1C charge and discharge. Also, it supports a big scale of parallel connection up to 40 pieces, which is 96 kilowatt hour. So here's the interface of B4850, and it is also similar with our other kinds of batteries, which includes the positive, negative sockets and the shell grounding connections here. And also the IP switch, switch button, SOC indicators, communication, and the dry contact here. Please check. Their introduction is included on the previous pages, so I think we don't have a question here, right? So we can move on to the next part. We still have some same step for the parallel connection. Also connect the power cable to the combiner box or the DC breaker according to the current and the connecting battery numbers. So for the communication part, we obey the same steps from the Powerdepot. Connect the canning with the inverter, battery communication, and the can out to another canning. So this master battery will control all the slave batteries. And also the activation of this battery obey the same steps. Step 1, switch on all the batteries. Step 4, hold on for 3 seconds. And step 3, turn on the breaker or maybe the combiner box. So for this type of battery, we offer 2 kinds of very simple installation ways. There is a flexible bracket as presented. So for the flexible one, you can put it up to 6 pieces with a really very easy way to install. And as for the fixed rack here, you can put up to 16 pieces in a single rack. And also the BX51100 that we mentioned before, we can put in up to 10 pieces in a fixed rack. So it is 50 kilowatt-hour. So here, as for the outdoor solutions, we have B4050 box. So basically the idea is put 2 battery B4050 into 1 box. So this box can be IP54 with a magnetic upper cap. So you can put it in the outdoor environment. And also this one, you can install it like wall mounted or maybe floor mounted. As for we can see here the inside structures of this box. Each one contains 2 modules. The power cable, the communication cable, and also the parallel connection cable have their own wiring sockets, which are on the top interface of this box. So as for the wall-mounted situation, we should put on the brackets first here. So make sure the installation distance that you put in the box, then afterwards the same as the floor standing installation. So this one is perfect for family daily usage. So after the B4550, we have AR1.2. This type container 100 ampere hour lithium cells with 1C charge and discharge. This one we make some customized from the gel battery. So it is very portable for every situation because it's really easy to use and it's only 12 kilogram. So it can directly connect to your load or maybe MPPT for using as is shown here. And also this one works at a 1C rate. So if you don't have any questions, I will move on forward, okay? So this one is our residential high voltage stackable battery. Inside it is 37 ampere hour cells. This product's advantage is its convenience because it's plug and plug. It is functional for every scenario from 7 kilowatt hour to 200 kilowatt hour. And it has a protection level of IP54, which allows it to work in many situations. So as for the specifications, we can check here. On the top, there is a BDU as known as a battery distribution unit. Under this unit, it is the battery modules. Every single module has a 3 kilowatt-hour capacity. And if you want more of the capacity, just stack one more battery module and free from the wiring because it's plug and plug features. And also, I want to mention here, this battery works in 0.6 C charge and discharge rate. Also, it is important to keep you informed again about the IP54 grade and the grade A 6000 cycles battery cells. So upon this BDU, we can see the ports here. Same from the previous Dyness battery. For the parallel settings, we have to do the wiring from the BDU box, so also known as control box. But in paralleling situation, communication, positive, negative sockets, and the power button. On the other side of this BDU, there is a DC breaker. But tower series is easier for the parallel connection situations. You just need to connect the BDU to the combiner box. No need to do any other things for the battery modules down there. By the way, the parallel connection amount maximum is 12 clusters, which is 250 kilowatt-hour. You can use it in a residential site, maybe like a house, like a villa, or you can also put it in a commercial industrial scenario. So for better understanding, I put a map here for you to check. Here is the DC breaker I mentioned before. For the paralleling, you have to use a combiner box to communication to combine the current and to communication with the battery and the inverters. So here, for better understanding, I put a mind map here. We can see in residential site, the LV products are divided into different voltage levels and different battery cell capacities here. So in the same 5 kilowatt-hour production line, these three models that I mentioned before, only different in IP levels and in charging rate. And here, high voltage residential battery, we can match with all of the top brands in the markets, like Solis, Goodway, Deye, maybe Felicity, and Growatt. So now we can move on to the industrial part. We have two kinds of rack-mounted battery, HV battery. The first one is high voltage 4, HV4, with 5 kilowatt-hour for every pack with 0.5 C, maximum capacity at 660 kilowatt-hour. This rack supports two kinds of installation, which is 7 pieces and 11 pieces here. So I think here the specifications are quite clear: 5.12 kilowatt-hour, 100 ampere-hour, and with 0.5 C working rate. And on top of it, it is a BDU, the same as the tower. So here's the second type of rack-mounted battery. The same battery cell of the previous one, but with the fan cooling, because it will be better control the temperature. So its model can reach 1 C output at 100 ampere. For every cluster, there is a BDU at the top, and like this. And the rack amount is quite the same with the HV4, but obviously it is safer in the hot climate like Pakistan. So here we can check here. The cluster, it allows 8 units parallel connection, or maybe 11 units parallel connection. So it will be 40 or 56 kilowatt-hour. And this one is installed in the fixed rack. So if you have a so if you have a commercial industrial project, you can put this inside the warehouse. So if the customer has a bigger command on the CNI project and they need a convenient solution, we offer this DH200F. Inside it, there is a 100 kilowatt inverter and 200 kilowatt hour batteries. No need for assembling a new system, and we can set up this outdoor because it has a IP55 protection level. So we can check here the specification. It works with the 280 ampere hour battery cell on 0.5C. Inside there can be maximum 15 packs of battery. So this solution works on 400 volts voltage stage because we consider more about the convenience and safety. So inside there is an AC and the fire extinguishers. So here we can see the inside structures. The middle part contains maximum here 15 packs. Here is the BMS module to control the battery inside, and here is an AC, the left side of the door. And the right side, there are many optional parts. For example, the MTBTs, you can put in up to 3 pieces, and also you can remove all of them. And here is the inverter. Here's the inverter module. We also call it PCS. And here's the STS module. This allows you to switch on-grid, off-grid in a faster level. It's around 20 milliseconds. It's close to a UPS level. And here EMS module here to manage all the cabinets inside, the energy, the battery, and the working logic, and the PV switch here if you need it, and also the breaker for the grid or the load. So this is the rough structure of the DF200F. Please, do you have any questions? So if you don't have any other questions, I'll move on to finish this presentation. So because this type, as I mentioned, can be placed in outdoor environment, so we assembled many sensors and safety modules inside, for example, the gas detector, temperature detector, and also the smoke detector to prevent the fire and the smoke and the temperature rising. If there is a dangerous situation, here the aerosol extinguisher will put up a fire. And also for some of the countries, here we will put a water sensor. If the water rise up, it will also stop this work. So for bigger scale of the project, for example, like a 2 megawatt hour, this system can also cover it. On the on-grid situation, it will reach 2.5 megawatt hour with 1.2 megawatt PCS here. You can check, and also it can work not only RS and CAN. It can also work with the USB communication and also the Ethernet. So you can put it into a application or maybe a computer monitoring. So our product's brief study here comes to an end. So here I would like to show you about the applications. So all of our products can work with our own Dyness application to monitor or control or even upgrade remotely. For example, your battery installed in Pakistan, and our engineer can upgrade it or maybe control it in China. So this requires an optional Wi-Fi module. So here, according to the user type, there are user entrance and the partner entrance. For the users, they can monitor their battery system. Please check. They can monitor the battery system in a pack level, such as SOC or working voltage of every pack. And for our partner installers, we can monitor the batteries to the cell level. For example, the SOC and the level and the voltage level of every battery cell. And also, you are able to upgrade all these BMS system remotely. And also, here's some most control our installers can set to decide your logic of using according to your actual usage, such as self-use or peak shaving. So it is divided. It is decided by you, and it depends on the actual grid situation, actual electricity price. Our R&D team, developed this whole application independently, so we can answer the call from our guest very rapidly. So this is all of my technical study very briefly. Thank you for your listening, and we will bring to another part to our after-sale engineer manager. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, now I would like to introduce Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton, please take it from here.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm Burton from Dyness, and I responsible for the after-sales service, and mainly responsible for the South Asian countries, and also Pakistan is also under my charge Pakistan market. Okay. And firstly, I want to talk some about the after-sales process, and then it's some common faults during installation, and the inverter connection, and some troubleshooting from the battery LED, and the last part is about the battery usage and maintenance. Okay, let's start the first part. Because we are facing to not our end user, but mostly our distributor, our installers. So the installer and our distributor, actually, they are the first connection point to our end user. So when the customer feedback from email, WeChat, or phone call, or any others, they may contact the installer first. And if the installer can help the customer to fix the problem, such like the questions, answer these easy questions can be fixed it, or can answer customers, they can give the customer the first assistance, and in this case to handle the customer's concerns. And if the installer cannot fix the problem, and they can move to our Dyness support, and or our distributor can also contact our Dyness. And our Dyness will give remote technical support to the installer or our distributor, and to get the customers the question fixed. And if the problem cannot be fixed, maybe there may need to go to on-site support. For the on-site support, maybe just to change the cable, or have a check the cable and check the settings, and some maybe do the just replace BMS, and they can go to the on-site support. And in this stage, our Dyness will also stand by for our distributor or our installers to give them support. And if the problem cannot be fixed, and within two weeks, and we can help customer with the replacement battery. The replacement battery will from our distributor's warehouse, and the faulty batteries also need to send back to our distributor's warehouse. And Dyness will go to our distributor's warehouse, and to get the battery fixed, or we can give them support to help them to get the battery fixed. and regularly. And also we provide such like the technical training and to give our installer or our technicians from our distributor team. Okay. And this is the whole after sales process. Any questions on this part? If you have any question, you can just open your microphone and let me know, because now I'm sharing my whole screen. Okay.
अगर किसी के क्वेश्चंस हैं तो काइंडली वो चैट बॉक्स में शेयर कर लें, या अगर वो माइक ओपन करना चाह रहे हैं तो आप काइंडली पूछ सकते हैं.
Sorry, could you please repeat that again?
No, I'm not saying to you. I'm saying in my
Okay.
Local language.
Okay. If no question on this part, we'll move on and to say some technical part. And the first is about the communication failure during installation, because I do after sales service and technical support. Most of about more than 80% the battery failure, the problem happens during installation. So there are three elements during the installation: and the communication cable, the battery dip switch settings, and the inverter, the battery mode selection. And for this is the whole system, right? With several for batteries, and we need to know that no matter how many batteries connect in parallel or in one system, and there will only be one as master battery. You can use this one as master, it's okay, or you can use this one as master, that will also be okay. And the master BMS, the master battery, can always connect to the inverter BMS port. If you are using this one as master, should from the communication cable from this master battery can into the inverter BMS port, or you can use this one just connect the can into the to this battery can and to the inverter BMS. And also for the cable, there are several cables, and each cable there with a yellow label and marked the corresponding the inverter brand. And this is the backend. They're marked the inverter, and the backend marked the such like the Goodwill, Solis, Growatt, and any other inverter brands. So when we firstly do the installation, we need to select the communication cable to the inverter. Okay, you can also use the cable from inverter, because I know some of the inverter, their packing list also include communication cable. And let's say more about the dip switch. And for the dip switch settings, there are only the master need to set. For the dip switch settings, the sleeve battery settings should always be 0, 0. The 0 means all dip switch down, and the 1 means dial the dip switch up. And you can this diagram also in our user manual, and when we choose Goodwill and Solis and so far and the master settings should be like this: 0, 0, 1, 0. The number 3 should up, and the sleeve settings always 0, 0, 0. And you also need to pay attention to another brand's inverter, the Growatt, because they have different model: Growatt SPH, SPA, and also Growatt SPF. So the Growatt, if you use Growatt SPH, SPA, they use kind communication, and the master setting should be 0, 1, 0, 0. But if you use Growatt SPF, they use RS485 communication. The dip switch should be 0, 1, 1, 0. And this is about the dip switch setting. And for the all the low voltage battery with dip switch, the 0010 always is the default settings before factory. So if you just use one battery, no need to check, no need to change, and no need to set. Before factory, all will be all the dip switch like this. And if you do the parallel, you need to set the dip switch like this. And also when you change the dip switch, you need to power off the BMS, power off the battery, and restart. And otherwise, the setting will be invalid. Okay, this is about the dip switch. And now let's see more about the communication cable, because I have seen many problem happens during installation, and they may use the wrong communication cable. In the first way, we need to know different communication cable. This picture, that is standard network cable with 8 pins. The 8 pin color is orangey white, orangey, and green, and blue white, and brown white, and brown. This is a normal standard network cable, and this cable can be used for the battery to battery parallel communication cable. That means from the master to slave battery, you need to use this cable with 8 pins. If you use this cable with only with 2 pins, no, the master battery will not communicate with the slave batteries. So this is the first part about the parallel communication cable. And to the inverter, we already marked on the yellow label and to which inverter you need to use the cable. And for the Solis and Dyness and SMA and any other brands, and you can use this with 2 pins cable. And the pin definition use pin 4 and pin 5. It's blue and the blue white. And to the both side is blue and blue white. And for some other inverters, they may use customized communication cable, such like the Victron. Here, this is Victron communication cable, and also their label marked Victron, and another side marked inverter. So you use this cable to the inverter side, and another side also marked battery. And for this kind of communication cable, you can do the compare with this cable. Actually, the definition is different. Although to the battery side, they all use blue and blue white. But to the inverter side, they use different definition. Okay. They use pin 7 and pin 8. So when there is communication problem, we firstly need to check the dip switch and then confirm whether the cable we are used correctly, and all the cables there should be given and in the packing list. And if there are some the special inverter, there are no communication cable, and the installer can make a new communication cable. And we also have some kind of the SOP to such like the battery connect to any other brand inverter, this kind of SOP. And there are also with this kind of the cable definition, and you can follow the definition to make a new cable. Okay, this is about the communication cable. Okay. And here is, let's say, some the battery and the inverter connection. And here I just list 2 brands. One is Solis and another is Dyness inverter. Let's see how to do the connect. This is we just shot by ourselves, and with Solis S5. S5 is also called RHI. Oh, sorry. Sorry, maybe the background music has a little problem. You can just, oh, yeah. Okay. And the step 3 is connect the communication cable and set the dip switch. Yes, this is the default settings, and if you use Solis and the inverter, you need to set the dip switch, check whether the dip switch is correct. And after set the dip switch, and then you can power on the battery. And first press the power button, and then press and hold the SW button to power on the battery. And then you can do some settings on the inverter. The first is about after the dip switch setting is correct, the cable is correct, and you need to select the battery, the 0010. This is the password, just like the dip switch, the master setting, master dip switch setting, 0010. And then enter. And you can select the battery in storage side and choose Dyness LV. And choose the battery. The battery type is the final process to make the battery and the inverter communication normal. And do the force charge settings, and you can set 10%. It's better to 10% or above. And the force charge current limit, and this depends on the customer or the installer. And you can also choose the power limit from grid or grid plus PV. Usually we recommend the site from PV plus grid, because when there is no PV, and you can also use the battery to charge, you can use the grid to charge the battery. This can avoid the battery over discharge. And then you can select the storage mode to set the self-use, and it depends on the different usage scenario and how the customer use the inverter, use the battery. And you can set the charging time and discharge time. And also the charge current limit and discharge current limit also can be set. This page settings depend on the customer. Or the installer, when do the installation, after finish the installation, you can also help customer to set, and depends on when the sunrise and when the site down. Okay, this about the Dyness and Solis inverter, the setup. Okay, and here I make some screenshot from the solid screen, and there is another point our installer may pay attention to. That is how to check whether the battery and the inverter communication is normal. From this page, the control parameter, and once the communication is normal, and there will show the maximum, the discharge current limit and the charge current limit. As long as you can say the charge and discharge current limit, and that means the battery and the inverter communication is normal. And for example, we use one BX51100, the maximum discharge current limit is 100. And when we do two battery connect in parallel, but we can only say it should be the maximum discharge current limit should be 100. And for one battery, if two should be 200. But if we can only see 100, that means there may be some one of the battery was not communication with the inverter properly. So in these cases, we need to have a check whether the battery dip switch setting is correct, whether the communication cable between battery and battery is correct. Okay, this is about the solid inverter and how to check and how to confirm the communication is normal after the installation. And let's say the inverter. And also this video was shot by ourselves. Although we use DL5.0C this battery, but for the battery there is no much differences. The connection is same. The connection and the setup on the inverter are all the same. You can move to the here, and the first is connect the power cable from to the battery. Okay. And then after the power cable connected, and let's go on. And then we connect the communication cable to the inverter. This is also connect to the power cable to the inverter. When we connect the power cable and the communication cable to the inverter, to the day inverter, we need to open this cover, this upper cover. And the positive cable. Let's move on. And then we need to distinguish which to the battery side and which to the inverter side. Connect to the battery CAN input, and to the inverter, the BMS port. And then set the dip switch. The master settings, because here just only one battery. After the connection finished, and we need to do some settings on the inverter to make the communication successfully. First, we need to this page, and battery settings, select listen battery, and then click the down twice. And to this page, there is this page is for the battery type, and for Dyness battery should be 00. You can press the screen and then change it. Yeah, and click OK. And then the communication should be normal. We come back to the home page, and this page also like the Solis. When we need to check the confirm whether the communication is normal or not, we need to check the discharge current limit and the charge current limit. And if there is this charge current limit, that means the communication is normal. So in this case, and the installation is finished. Okay, so we make a conclusion here, and there are on the inverter. Actually, we need to cite 3 parts. The first part is select the battery mode, select the listen battery, and then confirm the battery setting. The should be 0000 means Dyness battery, and then after the battery selected. And we come back to the home page, click the battery icon, and it will go to this page. And there is communication. There will be the BMS, and we can check this page, the discharge current limit. And this page is to just like the Solis inverter screen, the time of use. You can select the charging time and discharging time, and you can also select from the charging from grid or not from grid. Okay. Any questions on this part? If you have any question, you can just open your microphone and let me hear your sound. Okay. If no questions, we will go to next page about the LED. So first, we need to know there are 5 LED and also alarm light on the battery, the front panel. We need to know what does that mean. When the battery is in standby, and their run light will always flashing. And when the battery is charging, and also flashing. But when the battery is in discharging, and the run light will always be solid green. And when the battery SOC is lower, for example, and from 0 to 20% SOC, the alarm light will flash. And when the battery and the SOC is 0, and there will be solid or flashing or solid right, and also there will be beeps on the battery BMS. Okay, and here there is another special alarm light flashing when the communication between the battery and the battery lost or abnormal, and all the lights from SOC to run light will flash together. Let's see a video here to better help you to understand how does it flash. Okay. Here, because there are so many batteries connected in parallel, and the customer feedback to us, the battery LED flashing like this. This means there is communication, the battery communication problem between battery and the battery. So all the lights from SOC to run lights will flash together. In this case, how do we do the troubleshooting? We firstly confirm whether the battery sleep setting has been set correctly. Yeah, all the dip switch should be 00, and then we need to confirm when we set the dip switch, did we power off the battery and restart it. And then we need to check whether the communication cable between battery and battery, we use the correct communication cable with 8 pins. Okay, this is just a simple problem during the installation, but we need to pay attention and we need to know how to do the troubleshooting. Okay. And here is some the common faults and make the conclusion and can better help our installer or our end user to fix some easy problem. For example, the first is the indicator does not respond after the after we press the power button and turn on the battery. Maybe the total voltage is lower than 25 or the BMS was damaged. In this case, we first need to have a check whether the voltage is normal, and we can use the multimeter to measure the voltage and to confirm. Or if the voltage is normal, we can replace the BMS to get the problem fixed. And if there is alarm light flash and just one SOC LED green, just one SOC LED flash green, and that means the battery SOC is between 0 to 20%. In this case, actually no need to worry about that. Just need to have a check the SOC and charge the battery. And if the battery no output, that means the battery cannot discharge. First, maybe there is additional circuit breaker, and if you didn't turn on the circuit breaker, the battery will not discharge. So there is no DC output, and you can check the circuit breaker whether it's turned on or not. And also maybe the SOC is too low and the battery BMS has protection control logic, and you cannot continue to discharge the battery power. In this case, you can just charge the battery and then do a test. And also maybe the battery data status is abnormal, or the battery goes into over discharge current protection. And in these cases, you can check the battery alarm light. And if there is alarm is normal, it's abnormal alarm, you can connect Dyness and for further confirm. And another battery cannot charge. I have seen many customer feedbacks. The battery cannot charge, and after I detection and make the video call to them, but I found that actually it's not a battery problem, because there is when the battery needs charge, they need power supply from PV or from grid. So first we need to confirm whether the circuit breaker is turned on, and then we need to confirm whether there is PV or grid power. And then we can check whether the inverter setting is correct or the setting is wrong. Maybe this site, maybe now it says 4 o'clock p.m. This site, the battery charge no discharge in this time schedule. So we need to confirm the inverter settings. And the number 5 is this communication failure is very common. And first we need to check the connection and dip switch, the cables that I have mentioned so many times. And if all the setting is correct, and maybe just the BMS, the hardware issue, in this case you can get the BMS replaced. And there also if the customer reports the battery SOC jumps, and maybe the battery was not fully charged for a long time, and in these cases we need to charge the battery to 100% to have a test, because when the battery if not fully charged for a long time, and the SOC, and they need to do the celebration, and only the fully charged 100%, and the SOC will be accurate. And the battery battery cannot be fully charged. This case actually I met 3 days ago, and a customer and in an island, and he has 6 batteries connected in parallel, but he reports some of the battery cannot be fully charged. And after checking, I found that the customer actually they use their own power cable, because they do parallel and so many batteries, but the cable is too long, and when the power cable is too long, and there is voltage drops, so the battery, the BMS requires the charging voltage. It's not enough. So in this cases, I let the installer to shorten the cable, and then the problem was fixed. Okay, and the final part is about the battery usage and the maintenance. First, we need to make sure the inverter we use is on the compatible list. We need to know what is compatible means. Compatible means both Dyness manufacturer R&D and the inverter manufacturer all has been officially tested and recognized that this battery and this inverter, they can be used together. And to use the compatible inverter also has another benefit. When there is a system problem, they can connect us or connect the inverter, so we can help the customer better to fix the problem. Okay, the second is we recommend the use with communication. That means use with the communication, and because the battery, when you use the communication, the battery BMS has their own protection logic, but without communication, the battery will lose the BMS protection, and you need to set the charge voltage and discharge voltage, and the cut-off SOC, cut-off voltage on the inverter. All the control will on the inverter. Once the inverter is malfunction, and the battery may lose the protection. Okay, and the number 4 and 5 is about the long-term storage. We recommend more than 6 months. We recommend charge the battery no less than 80%. And the number 6 is about the installation environment requirements. Far away and be away from the dusty and water and the heat source. And to avoid battery damage caused by over discharge, and from my experience, I recommend to set the battery, the cut-off SOC is a bit higher than the battery DOD. For example, the battery DOD is 90%. You can set the DOD to cut off SOC at 10%. That's okay, but it's better to set it a little bit more than 10%. You can set 15%. That will be better, but set 10%. It's also okay. And number 8, we need to pay attention that the water damage battery is not covered by the warranty. That's also marked and listed on our warranty letter. Because for the water damage, and not only the BMS, but also the battery cell will damage it. Once the battery cell was damaged, it cannot be fixed. Okay, the battery expansion, and usually we recommend if customer purchased the one battery and use for 1 year or 2 years, they want to buy another battery to expansion the battery capacity. And in these cases, we recommend no more than half a year, because when the battery you use for a longer time, the new battery and the old batteries, the capacity will be different. And if they continue to use them together, and as long as the time goes by, the SOC there maybe shows different SOC because the battery capacity is different. And the last is if the battery fails and there is problem, it's better to connect our installer or our distributor or our Dyness technician in time, because if the it's a long-term failure and they didn't report the problem and the feedback to us, and the battery always stay there, and because the battery has self-discharge, and they push the battery for a long time, maybe 1 year or half 1 year, and that will cause the battery cell damage. Because this, I have seen one case in Australia, and a customer in the feedback, the battery has problem, and but the battery already put there for more than 1 year, and finally the battery cell was totally serious over discharge, and the battery cells cannot be repaired. So we need to avoid this kind of situation. Okay, this is all about the after sales support, and thank you. If you